This exercise we call deep breathing into the thoracolumbar junction. The thoracolumbar junction is just a fancy word of saying that area where your rib cage is kind of ending, the thoracic spine is ending, and the lumbar spine is starting. And for a lot of us, that's a stiff location. I think it has a lot to do with hip flexor tightness in prolonged sitting postures, or even some lat tightness that might pull us forward in that position. So if you're dealing with lat stiffness, you're dealing with hip flexor stiffness, this can be a really nice accessory breathing stretch or reset for you. The most challenging part of this one is getting it set up. So you get two options. My favorite way is to use a roll of some type, either a foam roller, or as I'm doing in the video here, a rolled up yoga mat is a little softer, and then stack several pillows on top of that to create a nice mound for you to kind of round your back over top of. Finally, we have a good use for throw pillows. Once we're in that position, we're in that rounded position, now we can breathe into that small of our back, kind of that, I shouldn't quite say small of the back, a little bit above the small of your back. You want to feel that air expand into that area as you take deep breaths into that area, in and out. I typically like to do a couple rounds of 5 breaths. Full inhales, feel everything inflate. Full exhales, let everything out. And that can be a real nice way to create some movement in an area that's very hard to allow to relax in most stretches, in most positions, honestly. One other thing, if you're having trouble with kind of getting that set up on the bed, the other option, and kind of the quick option if you're at the gym, is to lay over top of a stability ball. So one of those big bouncy ball kind of things, lay over top of that, roll forward enough that you get your head vertical. The biggest mistake I see with this exercise is people don't want to let their head flex, their neck flex, so they keep their head in extension and arched, and that's just not allowing that stretch. So make sure you let your head go heavy, let the top of your head point down towards the floor, let that thing round out and stretch, and feel yourself breathing into that TL junction area, and I think you're going to find a really nice stretch and a really relaxing stretch that might become one of your favorites. Okay, a couple rounds of 5 breaths, give it a go before your next workout.